it's another Getting Real with Ashleydawn, and I want to talk to you about friends. And you may be saying, Ashleydawn, you've already done videos about friends. Well, I want to talk to you about friends that feel left out. Friends that feel left out, okay? You may be a friend that feels left out, or you may be a friend that your friends feel left out. Why am I talking about this? Well, I recently reconnected with a friend who had distanced herself from me for a while, and I wasn't sure why. And so, out of the kindness of her heart, she reached out to me and said, hey, I'm really sorry that I've distanced myself. I'd really like to talk, which to my heart that longs for deep conversations, it was a blessing. And so I was like, yes, I can't wait. So we finally talked, and she just opened up to me and shared, she felt like I didn't care about her. She felt like I had, all these other friends, and I was spending time with all these other friends, and I wasn't spending time with her. And it felt so good that she felt safe enough to share things that are kind of hard to share about, things that, aren't happy and sunshiny. And that she felt safe enough to open up herself, to me and just to be honest with me. And honesty is everything to me in a friendship and a relationship. If you can't be honest with somebody, then you don't respect them. And if you don't respect them, then you definitely don't love them. And if you don't love them, then you really have no reason to be in a relationship with them. But anyway, and she was just sharing, that she felt left out. That she saw my Facebook post and she saw my Instagram post, with other friends, and she wanted to be that friend, that I wasn't calling her, that I wasn't inviting her places, and she got jealous. And listen, I've gotten jealous too. I've felt like I've missed out too. FOMO, fear of missing out. Like, I felt left out. I felt unwanted. I felt uninvited, by people that I was like friends. Like, for instance, one of my friends from church, which when I really think about it, we're not really that close. She's, never really invited me over to her house. Every time I try to plan something, she kind of blows me off, and that's fine. She's busy, she's got kids, she's got a husband, whatever. But it's very easy to get up all in my feelings and be like, well, she don't care about me. No, she does. Her life's just busy. It's just busy. And yeah, you could say, well, people make priority, people make time for who's their priority. Yes, but life happens and things happen, and you have to have grace for people. Do you want people to have grace for you? Well, then you got to have grace for others. Do unto others the way you want them to do unto you. So my friend that my friend that was blowing me off all the time, she had a party. She had like a birthday party, and I'm looking at the pictures and there's all these people, and I'm like, I wasn't invited, and it's so easy to get in our head and allow that uninvited to create a wedge, to create division, to create disunity, not unity, disunity, like lack of unity, and be like, well, they don't care about me. No, they do care about you. Maybe there was a reason you weren't invited. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they could only have so many people because of the stinking restrictions that everyone's living under. You don't know. Have you asked them? Have you talked to them? So my friend that met with me for lunch, which is a different friend than the birthday party, but anyway, my friend that met with me, it was actually like an early dinner, but she met with me after work, and we just talked, and she shared her heart with me, and she shared why she distanced herself, and she said, she felt left out, that she saw me posting stuff. And another thing, I had another friend recently, actually, it was a family member, put me on blast because she saw my post for my food blog, and at the time I was sick and I wasn't, doing anything, and she felt like I was blowing her off, and so she looked at my food blog and she's like, oh, you got your nails done Thursday, and you went out to dinner this day, and you did this, and you did this, and you did this, and I'm like, whoa, okay. Just because you post you went somewhere doesn't mean you actually are there that day. I post things, I never, ever post things when I'm at the place that I'm at, for two reasons. Number one, the big one, safety. I am a single young woman. I am not and a lot of the stuff I put is out there for everybody to see. I'm not putting my location out there. I'm not letting people know where I'm at. No, not happening. So I never post from where I am when I'm there. Sometimes people will tag me, and that's another thing. I have it set on my page that I have to approve all the tags. So I'll get alerted if somebody, like say we go to the movies and somebody tags me in the movies. It won't show up on my page unless I approve it. And I normally do approve it, but days, weeks, months later, because I don't want people all up in my business. I need to have some privacy. I need to have some healthy boundaries, and so do you. I did another video on boundaries. Go look at that. But I do it for safety. Nobody needs to know where I am all the time. I never post a video, like even these videos that I do my Gettin Reels, I never post them on the day that I film them. So you may watch it and be like, oh, she's at church today. Oh, she's, at a Bible study today. Oh, she went to the store today. Oh, she went here today. You don't know where I am because I don't post it the day that I'm there. So if you're looking at my page and you're like, well, she went here last night and she told me she wasn't doing nothing, I never post on the exact day. I just don't do that. So if you see a post, it's probably from last week, or it might be from last month, or it might be from last year. Here's the deal. If you have a question, feel free to ask me. If you want to know when I did something, feel free to ask me. Communication is the number one thing you can give to another person. Share your concern, share your heart, ask them, how they're feeling. It'll fix everything. Anyway, so my friend with the dinner, I know I get sidetracked. My friend with the dinner, we were talking and she was like, I feel like you go out with all these people and I feel like you just got all these friends, and I'm the type of person that I want to have one best friend. And I pointed out to her, I was like, actually, you've got 8 best friends. You have a lot of friends. And she's like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. You're right, I do. I do have a lot of friends. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people love you. You're a lovable person. You have a lot of friends. You do. And so even us talking brought that to her attention that, wow, she does have a lot of friends. She does have a lot of friends. So anyway, but we were talking and she's like, I feel like you go out with all these people all the time. I feel like you're always doing something, and you never invite me, or you're busy, and I told her, I said, I hear you, I see you, and I understand that there's some validity to that point. Yes, I do go out a lot. I like going out. Yes, I do have lots of friends. Listen, I have a big heart, and there's so much love in it that literally it overwhelms me if I don't give it away. If I don't give the love in my heart away to people, it overwhelms me. It's like I'm not living in my purpose, because God has created me to love others abundantly out of the overflow of love that He's given me. So when I say I love you, I genuinely mean I love you. Do I mean I'm in love with you? No. No. But I love you. I have a love for you. I have an agape, brotherly, sisterly, from God love for you, that I care about your being, that I want you to be the best that you can possibly be. I love you. I mean that. And if you're my friend, you're my friend. And here's the deal. I posted something on Facebook the other day just about how if I love you ever, if we're ever friends and we lose connection, we lose track of time, we lose track of whatever, I still love you. Even if we don't talk, I'm still cheering for you. I'm still excited for you. I still wish you the best. I don't wish ill on anyone in my life. I genuinely mean that. I'm not just saying that to be like, oh, I'm so great, I don't wish ill on anybody. No, I genuinely mean that. I don't wish ill on anyone. Nobody. People that have hurt me, people that have said really awful, mean things, family members that have said awful, terrible, hurtful things. I forgive them. I don't wish ill upon anyone. Especially, if I've loved you at any point in my life, I don't wish ill upon you. A stranger, I don't wish ill upon you. I have to give account for everything that I'm feeling, everything I'm thinking, and everything I'm saying to God. I'm not going to let my feelings towards somebody ruin my relationship with God. I love you, but I love God. And I'm not going to let anything stand in the way of me and God. So if you're in the way of me and God, you better move. Anyway, my point is, I love you. I can spend every single day with you, which that's not healthy, that's kind of codependent. Or I can spend one day a year with you. It doesn't change my love for you. I have a friend, Courtney, who's one of my closest friends, who is just incredible. And she and I would spend once a month together. It didn't change our friendship. I have friends that I spend, once a week together. Doesn't mean I'm closer to those friends that I'm closer to her. The depth of conversation that Courtney and I have can't be measured by how often we see each other. Can't. And my relationship with Courtney is different from my relationship with everybody else. I posted a thing on my Facebook about how she moved recently and how I missed her and how her presence was felt. Like, she has a strong presence and her absence is felt just as much. And she wrote on there, she's like, you never say the same thing about two people. And it kind of hit me special because I'm like, no, first of all, I never want to say the same thing about two different people, but no two people are the same in my life. No two friends are the same in my life. My friendships are all different. They, we share different things. We go different places emotionally. Like, none of my friends are the same as another friend. None of my relationships are the same. So when people get upset because I'm not spending time with them, in their head, they're thinking, oh, she likes that person more than me. But in my head, I'm thinking, I love you in a different way because you're one of my different friends. But anyway, so my big thing to when, I hang out with certain people over other people, sometimes it's a God thing. Sometimes one of my friends will really need me and I'll be there for them. But a lot of times, drum roll, a lot of times it's because the other person invites me or the other person does something for me. I don't plan everything. I do like to plan, but I don't plan everything in my life. A lot of times somebody will text me and be like, hey, what are you doing? Or I have all my friends laugh because I have 5 different planners and I have to keep track of my time because I overbook myself because I speak and I do a bunch of different things. And so they'll ask me, they'll be like, can you check your schedule for next month? Because on Tuesday, I want to go out to eat with you. And I'll be like, okay. And it's this big joke because my schedule's always full. But a lot of times people think that I'm planning all these things and the enemy gets in there and he wants you to think, oh, she's planning this and she didn't invite you. She's planning this and she didn't invite you. No, sometimes it's the other person that plans it and invites me. You can look at the last 10 posts on my Facebook and probably 5 or 6 of them were other people reaching out to me saying, hey, do you want to go here? Hey, do you want to do this? I have really incredible friends. I really do. And I'm not saying that to brag, but God has really blessed me. My friends spoil me. My friends, call me up and they're like, hey, I want to treat you. I want to take you out to dinner. I know you work for a church and you don't make a whole lot of money. I want to take you out. I want to take you here. Or they'll drop by my house with a pair of shoes because they saw them and thought that I would like them. Or they'll come by my work with a smoothie because they know that I love smoothies. Or they'll bring me food. Or they'll order Grubhub for me. Or they'll bring me a donut. I have incredible friends that literally go out of their way on a daily basis. One of my, friends brings me Cokes because she knows that I love Coke. She knows it's bad, but she knows that I love Coke. And I will preface that Coca-Cola soda. But, I have really, really amazing friends. And so sometimes I post about it to show them thankfulness. And sometimes I don't because it's just between me and them. And they would rather me not post about it. But other friends see a post and they're like, oh my gosh, she's with her again. Oh my gosh. And it's I know that's coming from an insecure place in my other friends. And I'm not saying, I know everybody's got their own insecurities. I have mine too. I feel just as left out as you feel. I promise. I have insecurities where it's well, why wasn't I invited? What's wrong with me? And then I start nitpicking myself. And then I really have to back myself down and be like, you know what? There's probably a reason that is not as petty as I'm thinking. And maybe they just forgot. Maybe it just, maybe there's a reason beyond my thinking, or maybe they just wanted to give me rest. Maybe they know that I'm go, 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 go all the time and they didn't want to add one more thing to my plate. Let me believe the best in them and let me not think that they're out to hurt me or they want to hurt my feelings. Let me just believe the best in them. And that noise is the birthday balloons in my back seat that are wrestling around because it's my friend Evelisa's birthday today. But anyway, so it's very easy for us to get in our head and be like, well, I thought she was my friend. She is your friend. Well, I thought she'd invite me. Maybe there's a reason. maybe you should ask her. Or him, if it's a guy, because I know I have guys watching my videos. Shout out Tyler, who messages me and comments and always tells me my videos are great. I appreciate you, Tyler. But you know, it's so easy for us to get in our head. And even Tyler, he'll message me and be like, hey, let's go to church. Let's go out to eat. Let's go to lunch. Let's go there. And I'll be like, I got plans. It would be very easy for him to feel like he wasn't special to me, or he wasn't my friend because I was spending time with other friends. When, if you think about it, he lives 3 hours away each direction. Like, me to him is 3 hours, him to me is 3 hours. So that's a 6-hour road trip if one of us goes to see the other person. That's a lot. And you have to set that time aside. You can't just be like, well, I'm going to go on a 6-hour road trip today. But it doesn't mean I don't care about him. Tyler is one of, you know, my biggest cheerleaders and supports everything that I do and is always encouraging me and always giving me ideas. You know, but it would be easy for you to look at my Facebook and be like, well, I don't see you with pictures of him. Well, we don't hang out that often. And he hates pictures, but he's getting better, he says. You know, but it would be very easy, you know, to look at my page and to be like, well, y'all must not be that close. No, we are that close. You know, it's just we don't spend every day together. You know what I mean? Like, if you're feeling hurt or you're feeling left out, I just encourage you, call that person, text that person, and ask them if you can spend some time talking to them. Ask them if you can talk for a little bit. And share your concerns, share your heart, believe the best in them, but share how you're feeling. If you never share it, okay, have you ever cooked on a stove? If you leave a hot pot of boiling water, it won't stop boiling until all that water has boiled straight out of it. But if when that water starts boiling, you remove it from the burner or you remove it from the stove, it has time to cool down. What do you mean by that, Ashleydawn? Well, if you are boiling mad about something and you don't talk about it with that person, you're just sitting on that stove and you're boiling and you're boiling and you're boiling and you're boiling and it's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter and madder and madder and madder. But if you take that pot up off that stove and you talk to that person and you tell them how you're feeling and you ask them, hey, we haven't hung out in a long time. Is there a reason? Is there a reason why we haven't hung out in a long time? And you get to the bottom of it and you communicate with them and you let them know how you're feeling. I promise it can change everything and it can redeem, repair, and restore your friendship. And it'll help you. I love you. More importantly, God loves you. You are seen, you are celebrated, and you are oh so very loved. Communicate. Talk to your friends. Share with them how you're feeling. I love you, and I'll catch you in the next one.